Welcome back, my darling Dimes Are Off. I am your favorite talking stone, and that little transition was weird. It was strange. It was quite the I forgot to set up PNG Tuber Maker. But, you know, we set it up. We set it up now, and it's all good. Everything's flowing. Oh, no, we're not flowing. Model is a little too stagnant for my liking. You know, I'm pretty angry at that, so give me a second to fix that. And hopefully it's because I don't have the setting configured. That's weird. What did I have? Rumble? Was it shake? Confirm? Blah. Oh, that's silent animation. Silent is none. And then speaking is, okay, I see. Did I do up and down? Yeah, wait, did it change? Shake. Because, yeah, that's pretty aggressive. Sorry, I'm messing around with this. You know, I guess I can get off Angry Stone. Yeah, this seems a little aggressive. I thought it was slower. What did I have? I might have to do up and down. Up and... What? Did that not update? It did update. Okay. This will do, I suppose. Yeah. It's good enough, I suppose. Yes, we are back. We are live. We only have mild technical difficulties. Speaking of technical difficulties, I think I might have fixed the problem that we encountered last stream and the week before that. I think I fixed the problem. I lowered the resolution of the stream. I lowered the resolution, and that's a good way. That is a darn good way to fix it. By fix it, I mean fix the lag, fix the encoder issue, fix the blah, blah, blah. So, we're going to hope. We are going to hope that that stays fixed. And it looks like it's working now. No complaints there. I can't fix it while I'm live for reasons that are obvious, but I still would like to see a workaround. Workaround? Is that the right word? No, that's not the right word I'm saying. But, we have so much news today, so much to talk about, so much to do. The reason I titled this stream, I Can Read, or whatever I titled it. Actually, is it titled that on... Yes, I Can Read, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, is because I was practicing the bird app the other day with the two-fare take, the duo, the owl app. I was messing around with that, and I was able to actually read the words, like, in fluently. I think it's like the English cheating. Cheating is a strong word, but instead of reading each character, I read, it starts with wa, it's Watashi, it looks like Watashi, yeah. I sort of did that instead of just read it character by character, but I was able to do that instead of the little clear translation up top. And that made me proud of myself. Oh, wait. Sorry, my throat is a bit acting up. But in addition to that, I resumed reading my book. I think I'm just barely on pace to finish it. Ooh, I guess I could talk a little bit about book club before we start. The book I'm currently reading is The Murder of Mr. Wickham. I have not gotten to the point where Mr. Wickham has been murdered. But I am eagerly awaiting because everyone just seems... Okay, actually, let me talk about what I like about this book, but also what I don't like. Every character is interesting. Now, that's incredible writing, but from a reader's perspective, I can't follow along. The only person I remember by name from this book is Jonathan, because he's sort of like the main character. I think. I'm not even sure, but everyone's like the main character. So I might fall into that problem of too many cooks. In retrospect, I should have taken notes on this, but I don't want to take notes while I'm reading for fun. That's weird. That's weird. But second thing I like about this book, Mr. Wickham. Everyone's a hater of him. Everyone hates him. It's very funny. Everyone just is mildly perturbed by him. In fact, majorly perturbed might be the better saying. No one likes him. He's still alive at the point of the book I'm at, but no one likes him. And I find the hating very funny, especially when it's supposed to be like a posh, like what is it term? Posh, like 1800s, not aristocracy, but like high-end, noble-ish person. I find that funny that everyone's just a hater. I find it very funny. And reading was fun. And should we get into the swing of things first? Or, no, I have two more things I want to... Three more things. I'll start with the lukewarm one. The one that's not very interesting. So, as you might know, I'm a fan of Saba Sabako. You know, the nice little cat shark VTuber that recently debuted. But this isn't it is about her. I watched her video. She created a video of her stream on Peak with Doobie 3D. That video was so heavily edited. I was just flabbergasted. Normally, I watch videos in 2x speed. I find that's a good way to keep myself entertained in any lull moments. So I put it on 2x speed. I'm used to it at this point. 2x speed feels normal. I put this video on. I don't change my setting. It's still on 2x speed, and it's zooming. Just so much is happening. It feels so attention-grabbing. It's actually just insane. I was just like, who is the editor? Who is doing this? That's crazy. Every second, Vine Boom, move in, move out, image, PNG, GIF, blah, 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 blah. And it's a coherent story. It's really well edited. I shout out to whoever her editor is, because that is just insane. That is crazy. I also think short form content is really nice. I think it appeals to a wider audience, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still a live streamer. But that's just, I was like staring at awe. I was like, this is like, what's something very immaculate? The Chainsaw Man, I guess. I am Makima, and I'm staring at the no, that Makima doesn't do that. But I don't know. I've only watched Chainsaw Man. I feel like everyone likes Chainsaw Man in the series. What's an object of adoration? I feel like I am staring at a cookie. A big, beautiful cookie, and I am just hunkering for something sweet. That's what I feel like. I'm staring at it in awe and respect. And that's the lukewarm news. Now I have the very... It's horrible news, but it's very widespread. You probably heard of it. The V-Shoujo news. In case you're not aware, V-Shoujo, the very popular English and Japanese, they branch out to Japan. They have a Japan branch. They're very popular VTuber agency, or former very popular VTuber agency. It's gone, man. It is gone. It's been desecrated. It's been devastated. And the only fault they have is their own. And that's just shocking. Just an absolute bombshell out of nowhere. Started off with Iron Mouse stream. I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh, Iron Mouse is leaving V-Shoujo. And then when I get home, I watched the video and I was like, oh my. So they didn't steal is not the right word, because I think there might be some legal mumbo jumbo about it. For all practical purposes, it's steal, because they're never giving that money back. And I'm going to use steal because they're never giving that money back. But not only have they, let's say withhold funds, stolen from Iron Mouse, they have also withhold funds, specifically $515. Sorry, $515,000. I forgot the thousand because 515 is a lot. 515,000. That's a heck of a lot. From charity. They withheld that money from charity. Which is a big no-no, especially if you're doing any tax write-off stuff. That is a big no-no. It's not even stealing candy from a baby. It's stealing money from charity. Because that money was not theirs to take. It was supposed to just go to the charity. I don't even know how they kept it. But that's just... wow. That is devastating. That is so wholly unethical. I was flabbergasted. Then more stuff came out. Kei-san, popular VTuber of VShojo's Japan branch, hasn't been paid since last September. Her manager's been paid. She had a nice talk with him on stream, where it was like, oh, the Japan branch is doing well, we're making a lot of money, and Kei-san's like, yeah, but I haven't seen literally any of it, and everything is messed up. Everything is messed up. So that's also crazy. A lot of creators didn't get funds. Apparently a lot of artists and sound producers, blah, 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 also are at the very least late in payment, to the point where Iron Mouse is offering to pay out of her own pocket. It's just the worst possible situation. This might legitimately be the worst thing. This might be the worst VTuber related news probably since January 2024. If I'm recalling my memory correctly, January 2024, with that whole debacle over a Last Cup of Coffee song, Last Cup of Coffee cover by, that was one crazy event. Nijisanji is, at least their English branch does not have the best reputation, but oh my, VShojo is doing their best to rival it for worst reputation in EN VTuber agency. They're doing their best to rival that. I won't put it above that for now, but it's close, especially well, those are two very big different things. It's actually, man, VShojo is just, they're done. Basically, everyone's graduated. Everyone's removed VShojo from their profile, from their Twitter, from their everything. Luckily, all the creators own their own IPs and are able to leave. But oh my, it's sad. It's sad. It's devastating. It's not that good. In fact, I'd argue it's very, very bad. Right. Now. What was next? Anything else to talk about that? Oh, yes! In spite of that, Iron Mouse set up Tiltify, where the money directly goes to the IDF Foundation. And, they surpassed their goal by a lot. They raised over $500,000 for the IDF. And that's great. That's amazing. And in a day, no less. In a single day, they raised $500,000. No, over. And that's absolutely amazing. That's good. And now everyone's ripping on VShojo. I hope they'll be able to recoup some of the money. It sounds like VShojo is dead in the water. It sounds like they have no cash, and I don't think they'll actually be able to, even if they sue the pants off them. The pants are already off. There's nothing left to sue for. From a very outsider's perspective who has no idea of their cash flow, there is nothing left to sue for. At least, I don't think there... I hope there is. Because talents deserve their money. Iron Mouse deserves what she's paid. The IDF deserves that other $500,000 that was raised for charity. Kei-san deserves what she's paid. Every other person deserves what they're paid. And I also heard rumors of, this is why other people have left. Vebe, maybe non-Yanners. This is why they left. They looked into the fine print, saw this, and didn't like it, but were not able to talk about it due to NDAs. And now, those NDAs are probably worthless. Which, good and bad. Good, because they can finally talk about it. Bad, because it's way too late to actually... The gun's already fired at this point. There's no warning. The gun's already fired. Everything's done. Everything's screwy. Right, that was the next big thing. But I have one more thing. My Kamiyoshi, Nimi Nightmare, favorite VTuber. One of the reasons I started this channel, one of the reasons I started for content. In fact, my entire first series, series on this channel, the 50 episodes of daily puzzles, were inspired by her, the dolls stream, doing the dolls. She's getting married! She is getting married! I am so happy for her. Man, I have a story to tell about that. But, oh my, I'm so happy for her. I've just been gushing, like, the past 24 hours. I'm so happy for her. She sounded so, like, just overjoyed in the tweet. Oh, man. I'm so happy for her. Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm tearing up. Weddings are great. I'm at an age where weddings are becoming a thing I'm going to. I have a lot of family members. And they like other people. And they want to get married to those other people. Last year, I went to like 2 weddings in 3 weeks. So, and I think it's ramping up. I have 2 more cousins who have gotten engaged. And oh my, I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy. Weddings are such a beautiful thing. Weddings are so beautiful. But yes, let's dial it back a little bit. I found out, I saw it on, like, just scrolling through content or whatever. I was like, oh, this is fake. That was my first thought, this is fake, because there's a post about it, and, you know, little goobers like to, manipulate text, make fake, tweets and whatnot. It's like, oh, this is a joke, this is fake. But for an inkling, I just decided to, go on her Twitter, go on her X, go on whatever you call it. And I see the same text, but I was like, is it really? And then I open Twitter, and then I realize I have no idea how Twitter works. So I do what I assume is scroll through all of her tweets, and like, I don't see it. And I was like, okay, it is fake. And then I close it and go on with my day. A minute later, not even, I'm scrolling through stuff, and I see not 1, not 2, not 3, but like 4, 5, 7 posts. How she's getting married. And that's a bombshell. That's just amazing. That came out of like nowhere. But oh my, it's amazing. It's a bombshell. But oh my, I'm so happy. But my first thought was, oh my god, this is real. Oh my, holy mackerel, this is real. She's getting married. She's so happy. Oh my, she's getting married. That's my first thought once I realized that it's actually real. It's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Having a partner is something that VTubers do. They don't normally get too open about it. Especially Nimi Nightmare, she usually keeps her personal life and her stream life separate. They don't really overlap. So for someone like her to post something like that, that is unprecedented, I'll say. But that was my first thought. Oh my gosh, this is happening. My second thought was, like, after I calmed down, I realized what's going on. I was like, I am so relieved that she had someone to rely on to help her through this very eventful year. And I know it's only been like 7 months, but it's still been an eventful year between the debut, between the debuts of the models, between the passing of Baby Bean and the charity event, to the virtual vacation. I am so relieved that she had someone to rely on, to someone who could help her, I suppose, or help her just calm down and stay level, because that's a lot of really impressive stuff, and it must have been incredibly stressful, incredibly emotional, everything. And to have someone to rely on, that's just really, that really makes me feel better, because I'm aware that all the Naplings, all my fellow Naplings, were very supportive, very happy, and very open, and very eager to help Nimi. But there's a difference between that and actually being there for her. And I'm just so relieved. I am just so relieved that someone was. Then my third thought was, oh my gosh, she's getting married. Oh my, good for her. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't go to sleep. I was just up all like giddy, going around rereading it. It was like, oh my, she's getting married. Oh, she sounds so happy. Oh my. She wants to start a family. She wants to stream till she's a granny tapir. Oh my. No, even past granny tapir. Oh man, that's great. She seems so incredibly happy, and I love that for her. I really do. She's getting married. She is getting married. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Right. I've been yapping for 22 minutes. Oh my. That's a lot. That is a lot. I should start. I should start practice. I have things I want to do after the stream too. I want to get at least a good hour of practice in. Like, this is my serious face. It's time to rock. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. No, please let me. Why? Can I do this? Okay, let me do this. It's time to rock. It's time to rock this kana. I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot. Let's make sure we have it open. We do. We'll pop on over. Ah, lovely as always. All right. I highlighted Chew. I'm sorry. I don't want to go through that. Oh, right. I forgot to mention what I fixed. What I fixed was I lowered the resolution. It should still look decent. Whoa, hold up, Bronco, buddy. I'm levitating. Let me lower myself down a bit. Give me a second. Did I lock myself in place? Oh. Please let me lower myself. Please, 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 please. Oh, there we go. I unlocked. And let me lower. Beep, beep, beep. Is that good? I can do a little higher. Just a little higher. Beep, beep. Yeah, that should be fine. That's good enough. I feel that's good enough. Right. Let's get to rocking this huge news. This is just N, right? Yes, it's just N. For some reason, I thought N was lower and so was higher on that little dash, but I guess I'm wrong. Right, this is the katakana for... Well, it's not Sa, it's Za, Z-A. It's Zay? But, oh, wait, what's that curve? I'm sorry, I need to see it again. Sa and Say. Okay, Sa has that little curve like there. Okay, that's why I confused it. It has the same little hook as A, or the A terms, but it doesn't have that curve. Right. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now we can fix that. Zay, and we can get on to Ho, and a lovely, 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 lovely little Nyo. N-Y-O. You know, I was actually thinking myself. I was thinking myself a lot. And I realized I should take notes about what's going on in my day, because it makes it very much easier to recall things and stuff I want to talk about. And it keeps my mind sharp. And so I've started doing that. Today. I started today. I wrote down the 3 things that I just talked about, so at least I remember them. But I think I'm going to want to continue that, because it's interesting, to say the least. I think... I don't want to say I get burnt out by talking, but I'm not used to talking this much. I am not. I used to practice... that makes it sound pathetic, but I used to practice talking to myself. I would record myself, like, maybe for like 10 minutes, just talking about anything. No script, no anything. Aryatama. Pei. Hello. How are you? I hope you are doing wonderful. I am doing amazing myself. But yes, note taking. I think I'm going to do that more because it seems interesting. It seems like it'll help me, I guess, plan things out. Plan things out. Is that the right word I want to say? No, it's not. It's not the right thing I want to say. I want to say it'll help me be more mindful. Oh, you're playing along. Nice. Yeah. Well, let's enjoy the stream together. I always forget to do this. Give me one moment. I will link the site in chat because I know that's something people like, something people enjoy. So give me a moment. The site is gohoneko.neocities.org/kana. If you go to Gohoneko online, if you search that up, you'll be able to see it. Let me put that in chat though. Site. There we go. Can I pin it? Pin the message. There we go. That's the website. If you're always interested, well, if any of you are interested, that's the website. I do recommend it because it's amazing. What else is amazing is this SHA, Sha, followed by a lovely little K. Okay, I thought that was Tay for a second, but just kidding. Demon, sorry, I can't read. Demon Bruyenberg. Hey, how's it going? It's going amazing. I hope you are also going amazing because it's just a wonderful day. Ooh, actually, that reminds me. I don't know why this reminds me of this, but I was asking myself earlier, are humans a soup? I didn't actually come to an answer, but are humans a soup? I don't know what qualifies a soup. I don't know what a soup is culinarily speaking, but I was just really curious if humans are a soup because we have a lot of water in us. We have a lot of water. And I don't know what qualifies things for a soup, but that, I'm actually going to look it up. Give me a moment. Also, I forgot what this is. Is this foo or new? No, this is, oh, I forgot. It's new. Okay, it is new. Lovely. Wait, let me look up soup definition. SOUP definition. And I want to see this. Soup, a liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, or vegetables in stock or water. A substance or mixture perceived to resemble soup in appearance and texture. Soup, informal, increase the power and efficiency of an engine or other machine. Alright, I guess technically it's not a soup, simply because it says boiling meat, fish, or vegetables. While our bodies are hot, like 7 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius or something like that? Maybe not 37, 32, 35, whatever it is. That's not boiling. Maybe it's stew. Let me look at stew definition. STEU definition. I feel like we are. I feel like we're some sort of, how do I say this thing? A dish of meat and vegetables cooked slowly in liquid in a closed dish or pan. Oh my gosh. When we take a bath, we are a stew. Oh my. Okay, so technically we're not stews, but only because we're not in a closed dish or pan. Well, technically would the bath be a closed dish? Yes, it's going amazing here too. That's amazing to hear. I'm sorry, I was basically looking up the definition of stew, but I'm glad it's doing amazing. I'm glad you're doing amazing. And I'm glad this is za. That's great. But was it? Yes, stew. I don't know. I'm not too big of a stew guy. I'm more of a... Well, in the past 3 days, I've been a taco guy. Because I made a lot of tacos as a meal prep. And I've been eating a lot of tacos because they're delicious. They are very delicious. And man, I also had that lime. I bought a big thing of lime juice. You have never been here? Well, you've been here now. Welcome. I hope you are doing amazing. I know I am, and I know Damon is as well. Right. And this is the lovely little BYO. That's great. That is great. Ooh, I thought that was 2 lines, not 1, on that little yo-like thing. But yeah, that's my folly. That is my folly. Ooh, this is K. This is K. I always confuse K and Ku in the katakana. I always confuse them, but it's fun. It's cozy. Lovely, lovely, lovely. BYU. I think we had Byo before, not Byu. And this, I don't make the same mistake twice. This is, there we go. Is this Tay or Ta? I forget. I believe it's Tay. I'm just going to go Tay. Yes, there we go. Lovely. I know I say this nearly every stream, every week when I do this, but I feel that I've improved so much. Oh, I always get I always just do the YO. I was gonna put show with a Y. Oh man, that's that's silly. I got confused there. But every week I feel like I'm improving. I feel like I'm doing just a bit better. And that just really encouraged me to keep going. And I'm just really jazzed about that. I am just incredibly jazzed about that. It's fun. It really is fun. Oh, that's Kya. Why do I think it's Q? I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was Q. But that's interesting. Yeah, it feels like maybe am I a bit weaker on hiragana? I might be. I might be weaker on hiragana. How do I say this? It's not like I haven't practiced it. I've been practicing it. Rose. Hey, how are you? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. For a second, I forgot that she went to G with the little dots on top. So this is J. Oh, it's just Ja. I was going to put a Y in again, but I didn't. I didn't make that same mistake twice. I never make the same mistake twice. Until I do. Then I feel sad. But then I'm happy again, because I can try and try and try again to do just a bit better than before. And oh my, we are doing more than just a bit better. We're doing amazingly. But it is getting hot. I do have to turn on my fan. Oh wait, I just have to make sure the music is looping. It is not looping. I have to make sure the music loops. Music is just so calm. It's great background. You always want it in the background. You always want something nice in the background going on. Because it's mellow. It's cool. It's comfy. What else is comfy is the wonderful word. I was going to say world, but word. Actually, it's just 2 characters. It's BYA. BYA. That is lovely. Should I? Ooh. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking hard, though. But I'm thinking a lot. Just everything's thinking wrong. But no, I was going to say, I should practice. I was going to say I should practice writing, but I'm not sure if I should practice writing just yet. I'm really falling in love with, like, language learning. And I think that's great. I think it's amazing. But now I need my other steps to do, my supplemental steps. This stream is always fun. This stream's always relaxing. Oh, this is Rue? Oh, yeah, the tail curl is Rue. I confused it with Ro. But I've been wanting to increase my supplements. And I think I'm probably going to find an online book, like maybe some like Genki or alternative PDF online. And I think I'm going to practice it in my spare time. Not on stream. I think that'd be a bit boring off stream. Also, worried about plagiarism. I don't want to plagiarize. It's very cool that a lot of resources are available online. And I want them to stay like that. I want them to stay available. I know some publishing companies are very much more stingy about their works than authors. I always am reminded of an author for like a college textbook saying that if you ever want the textbook and you don't want to pay for it, just email me and I'll send it to you free of charge, because I don't make money, the publishers do. I'm always reminded about that. I think there's a balance between knowledge to be free and knowledge should be fairly compensated. I think there should be a balance. What will I? Oh, my bad, hand slip. That's all right. What was it talking about? Yes, textbooks free online. If you know where to look, you can always find something, and I think that'll be a good supplement. I think that'll be a good supplement. Well, not supplement, an extension of this, because as I've mentioned earlier, with the little owl, that language learning app, I'm able to actually read words in like a casual setting. I'm able to understand watashi just by looking at it, and that's nice. That is really just nice. I did not think I would get there at this point in time. Maybe I've just been underselling myself tremendously, but I really just did not think that I would make so much progress. I won't call this a short amount of time. I've probably been practicing Japanese on stream specifically for probably 20 hours or something like that. So obviously 20 hours of work is going to produce results. But I just didn't expect to feel those results in other places. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, hey, this is P-I. But no, I'm like, oh, that's Kipu or something like that. Just off the top of my head. And that's just... I'm just proud. Not even proud. I'm happy. Yeah, there's no pride in it for me. It's just joy. It's just joy. It is just joy. And that's amazing. That is simply amazing. Oh, and this one, I always forget. I believe it's Moo. Yes, it is. I'm always not sure if it's Moo or Mo. Never sure. But I think I get it now. I think I get it now. And this is C-H-A, cha. Lovely. Little, what is this? Po? Yes, it is. P-O. Lovely, lovely. And then, oh my, that's Zo. And that's So. I always confuse the katakana for So and Zo with N. Luckily, for us, it had those little dots on the side, which I don't know what those are called. This is Joe. I know this is Joe, so I'm gonna look at it. But like these dots up here, I don't know what those are. I'm just not familiar with them at all, in the slightest. Wow. I don't know what sorry, I am well versed in them at this point in time. With all this practice, I am well versed. I just don't recall what they're called. And same thing with the just the circle up top. I don't know the actual name for it. I just don't know what it's technically called. I know in the other languages you have like umlauts, and for some reason I know what the word umlaut is. An umlaut is like the two dots you'll see like over an A, a U, an E, like some sort of vowel. You'll see like two dots on top of it instead of just one for I or something like that. That's an umlaut. It changes the way it sounds, and I know what it's called for some reason. I don't know why I know, but I know. I know in German you have the S-sets, which is just like, it looks like a B, like a capital B, but it's just the letter S. But I don't know why it exists, but it exists. A lot of language rules I don't know why exist. For instance, a lot of English has been simplified. A lot of English has been simplified over time. We got rid of a lot of letters. Rest in peace, one of my favorite letters, Thorn. You will be remembered. Thorn as in like the TH sound. And of course, my favorite letter, the 27th letter of the alphabet, the ampersand. You are still used, but you have lost your letter status. You're like Pluto when they said it's no longer a planet. An ampersand is like Pluto because it has lost its letter status. I believe it used to be the 27th letter of the alphabet. And it's still commonly used. I still use ampersand quite a bit to mean and. The ampersand is just like, oh man, I'm going to get this one wrong. I know this one off the top of my head is Joe, J-O, but this is the ampersand. It just means and. and it's technically, I believe it's the 27th letter of the alphabet, or formerly was the 27th letter of the alphabet. And it was supposed to be and per se, and. Like, and per se. That's not saying. I believe it means, just exactly means and. It's literally what it was there for. Like a shorthand of and. And I still use it. I don't know why I still use it. Is it better than just writing out A and D? Probably not. Or probably marginally at best. But it has a place in my heart. It has a place in my heart. And thus I shall still use it. I bit my tongue. Ow, that hurts. Oh, man. I've been a little too loose with my mouth. That is a very bad way of phrasing it. I have been unaware of my tongue since I've been using it. That is also a very bad way to phrase it. I'm not used to talking so much. Because of that, I close and open my mouth at times that are less than opportune. And because of that, my tongue is in places that make it significantly more likely to get bit by myself. Please excuse the confusing vocabulary, the diction, for sounding suspicious. Please forgive that transgression. But yes, I was, believe it or not, I am what you would call an introvert. Further, I was a very quiet introvert. I didn't really talk a lot. I was one of those people who didn't talk unless spoken to. I was really just one of those people for a long period of time. A long period of time. And then I wanted to change that. So I as I mentioned before, I practiced talking. I used to record myself like on video camera, but that takes up a lot of space, so I switched to audio logs. And they're really fun. Should I play one? I might save one. Or maybe. I might post an old one. Well, it might be a little too personal. Maybe I can find the first. Ooh, maybe I can find the first. Maybe I can find the first and filter out everything that's a bit too personal. I can filter that out. Maybe. That would be interesting for a large future. I still have them. I still have these videos and whatnot. I still do have them on my phone somewhere. I mean, they'd be a blast to listen to. I used to record them. Just spend like 10 minutes recording, just yapping. Put the phone down. The next day, I would watch that recording, and it's like, oh, interesting, nice. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm bad at. And then I would do it again. I'd do it again, and I'd keep up that pattern of recording, then waiting a day to actually look at it, and then recording again. And I think it really helped me learn to speak. It really helped me learn to be comfortable speaking, I guess, a lot. To yap my top off. Because it's fun. It is really, really fun. To just talk about whatever, whenever, however, because. Just because. It is just incredibly fun. I need some more water. Give me a moment. Yeah, that is just lovely. I should do that again. I should pick that back up. What am I going to say? My hobbies. They're becoming things. That's a terrible way to phrase it. But yeah, my hobbies. I'm sticking to them. Like, I'm doing exercise regularly, which is... I consider that a hobby. It's not... If you have people whose entire lives are going to gyms, then I can say I have a hobby of exercising in moderation. I can say that I have a hobby. And it's finally becoming a routine. And that's good. I picked up the hobby of reading last month. And there is a solid chance I can keep up with my book a month strategy, there is a non-zero chance that I can keep up with it. Granted, I'm only on chapter 2 of the murder of Mr. Wickham. I'm only in chapter 2, and there's like 10 days left of the month, including today. There's like 10 days left. But I think I can finish it. You know, actually, what's the last chapter? That's the pace I need to go at. Chapter 25. Okay, so I'm not on pace to finish it. If I read a chapter yesterday, I am not on pace to finish it. Considering there's 25 chapters, and how many pages? I'm on like page 50-ish. There is, bless the epilogue, 366. Oh, that's not terrible. I mean, I won't finish it in that rate, but yeah, because 366, that's 7 times what I've done, and what I've done is 2 days worth, so I'll probably have to go like 2 chapters a day or something like that, along those lines. But the fact is, I'm reading more than I used to, and it's fun because I don't have to be forced to read anymore for school. I can just do it because it's cool, and I enjoy it, instead of just having to do it for a grade that I don't really care about. Shout out to, what's a book that I hated reading? Scarlet Letter. I found you very boring, only in the way you were written, because I am someone who is not 200 years old. I am also someone who does not have an appreciation for classical literature. I apologize. If there's anyone who's like very into like classic American literature, I apologize. I'm a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe. I think he's very interesting. But The Scarlet Letter is not my cup of tea, personally. And it really should be. It has such an interesting concept. Like this woman who's adorned with a scarlet letter for being quite the, dare I say, hussy. Oh yes, she had a child, and we are not sure who the father is. And she will not tell. No, 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 she will not tell. She suffers in silence. And we can see the depravity of the town, the metaphorical witch hunt, not a literal witch hunt, because there were literal witch hunts. Metaphorical witch hunt, is that the right way to say? No, there wasn't really a witch hunt. I apologize. I just thought ostracized woman equals witch hunt, which is not the case. It's just not the case. But that is such an interesting concept for a character. So I really am, I can't say, disappointed, both in the book and myself, that I was not able to appreciate that concept of a black sheep of the town, as the main character. I'm saddened that I couldn't appreciate that as much. Granted, it's not my fault or the books. It's just the writing is old, in older sense. I believe like 1800s, and I am in a place where the language has evolved tremendously from the 1800s, but the book has not been updated in that language. The culture I can understand and get behind and research. That's fine. I'm fine with trying to study that to understand it. But once the language is so different and no one translates it, that's the big kicker. That's what brings me down. But I do believe The Scarlet Letter was probably my least favorite book to read in high school. And I did like other books that were old. Like I was a huge fan of mythology. I read the Aeneid. Was it the Aeneid? Yeah, the Aeneid, which is the Roman epic poem about the founding of Rome after the Trojan War. Some people, I believe, I forget, they're Greeks or Troys, leave Greece and come to, is it Carthage? I don't think it's Carthage. I forget where. Someplace in North Africa, meet Queen Dido, blah, 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 and then leave eventually, and then found Rome. That is the general story. I enjoyed it. I like that. I think it's good history. Also, it's translated in a way where it's easier to understand. It's translated in a way that's easier to understand, which I don't understand why that a work that's significantly older is translated to modern times, but a work that is 200 years old is not. But that is my own personal gripe. That is my own personal gripe. But yeah, I love that. I liked I even like books that are problematic. Is that the right word? Yes. Before I get into this story, just a note: we understand that this is problematic in today's standards. We understand that different times, blah blah blah. It's just a different culture, and we do not condone that. We just read it and understand it. But I did think this work was well written, and I did think this work had a lot of good aspects to it. You know, if you just put aside how little Shakespeare respected. No, that's not even the right case. Shakespeare respected women. Like Miss Macbeth is just so much of a evil boss girl, and Mr. Macbeth was boring. Granted, I didn't like Macbeth. I did not like Macbeth. Was it Macbeth or was it? Yeah, Macbeth. I did not like Macbeth. I thought it was a bit of a. I thought the supernatural aspects were just shoot in just to appease the king who is into the occult. Ooh, he's so, you know, in the same way that my mom's into true crime podcasts, into the occult in that way. It's macabre. It's taboo, but it's so interesting. Something like that. I thought he sold out in Macbeth. I thought the supernatural aspects were completely irrelevant to the plot. There was no sense that those hearing of the prophecy calls to prophecy was no blah blah blah. It was just there to appease a certain fan base, and I didn't like that. I felt like it was too fan service. But we're not talking about Macbeth. We're talking about the Taming of the Shrew. And in this one, Shakespeare does not respect women. The Taming of the Shrew. Shrew. We actually had our teacher help translate what shrew was intended to mean in this context. It was intended to mean. Ooh, I can't say that word. What's a synonym that's not a swear word? You know what? Let's look it up. Let's Google it. That he said it. Shrew was like a female dog. I'll use the definition first. Before I actually look it up. NYM. He said in this context, shrew was supposed to mean female dog because this woman was a. When you look up that word, the word I'm referencing, the first thing that comes up with is shrew. That's funny. What are those nouns? Shrew, cow, witch, cat, she-devil, hellcat, baggage, grimalkin? Oh, nightmare. That word that is a swear word? Swine. It's like a cunning, but I guess bad person, particularly directed at a woman. She-devil, yes, it's like a bratty she-devil. That is a more appropriate way to say it. And why was he such a bratty she-devil? Two reasons. The character that she was referring to. First reason. Well, actually, three reasons. No, two reasons. First reason is because she is not married yet. She is not married. Second reason. Well, actually, this ties in with the first reason. Her sister also isn't married because her father is waiting to get rid of her first, the older child, before she can marry off the younger child. And the younger child's very desirable. The older child is not. Because she's a shrewd. She's a bratty she-devil. She is just the worst. She is unmarriable. And the other reason she's a shrew is because she has self-respect. And apparently it's terrible for a woman to respect themselves. It's terrible for a woman to be clever in the realm of men in the 1500s. It's terrible. But I enjoy this because it was really well written, but the story itself is just terrible. That's fair to say, right? You can enjoy a story that's terrible for the characters. I think that's a fair statement to say. As long as you can understand that, hey, this is bad, but it's still a well-written story. And for that, I like The Taming of Shrew. Obviously, I do not appreciate what is her name? Kate? Katerina or something like that? I don't know. I think it's Kate, because they make a cake pun. But in addition to how it's supposedly viewing her as bad for respecting herself, it's quite very much bad, because at the end of the book, she learns to treat her husband with respect. She is the most tame of all the women. She is the most respectful. She is essentially a dog. And the way that her husband got in the way, and this is bad, this is really bad, but was just literal, I won't say domestic abuse, because it is domestic abuse, but it's not violence. It's starving her and leaving her isolated for long periods of time until she obeys. And then everyone was so impressed with how tame she was, and it's not a good it's terrible. It is terrible. It is terrible. But it's still a well-written story. And my favorite thought was the fact of how meta the story was. The story wasn't technically even about it. It was about some rich people pranking this drunken poor person into thinking he's king, and then they pretended to go to a play, and that play that they went to was The Taming of the Shrew, where this woman was tamed. That was the story. And I like that. I like that meta bit. I'm not sure if Shakespeare was original in that, or he got that idea from someone else, but I do like the meta-ness of the audience, because the characters were actually after that first scene, that opening scene where they're tricking him to being some noble, and they're going to a play, they actually go into this audience and take a seat as if they're watching the play. And they interrupt it at times too, like heckling and whatnot. Like, oh yes, this is her. Oh, what a shrewd woman. Like they heckle the play. And it's a play inside a play, and I think that's just so meta. I think that's just so meta, and I really am inspired by the creativity of that. Oh, why did I think that was Ro? I really am just inspired by the creativity of that meta concept. But yes, I'm fortunate to where I didn't have to read. Well, actually, now that I think about it, a lot of the books that I didn't enjoy were actually probably objectively good books. Well, for school, I should say. Books I didn't enjoy were objectively good books, but I hated the teacher of the class. Because I remember I had to read Frankenstein. And Frankenstein is objectively a good book. I think, like, recalling it, I don't know why I really just adamantly disliked it. But I did just adamantly dislike it. And I don't know why. I said this before. My teacher, I put in hours and hours and hours of work into this small project for Frankenstein. And I put in so much more hours of work, and I went above and beyond, and my teacher failed me for that project. I mentioned it before. You should totally check out, what's it called? I drew Frankenstein, but my grade was the real monster, if you haven't already. It's a banger. I think I do a good job editing that. But yes, that class. I did not like Frankenstein. That being said, that class also had my favorite book that I read for. Well, actually, now that I say it aloud, the favorite book I read for that class, which is probably like the favorite book I read in my entirety of school literature, was 1984. I really enjoyed it. However, and I would first think that really throws a wrench in my theory that that teacher teaching was the reason I didn't like the books. And then originally would throw a wrench in it that my favorite book was taught in that teacher's class. However, for most of that assignment, we had a substitute teacher. We had a sub for most of that. For most of 1984, we had a sub. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. That is absolute. Man, my theory holds. My theory holds then. My theory holds. Also, I'm going to move myself a little to the right. Is that good? I feel like that's a little bit better. I'm sorry. I looked at my screen and I thought that I was just a little too far left. So I wanted to move right. Just a wee bit, but just a bit. Just wanted to move a wee bit right. And just like this is Gya, we can continue. Sorry, I need to click back on it. Gya. And this is Gyu, Gyu. And this is Cho, CH. Oh, wow, we're already at 127. And it's only been, what, an hour into stream? And I feel like I've yapped so much more than I normally do. Huh. That's strange. That is very strange. I'm very much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Why am I so productive today? I really don't know. I really don't know. But we're productive. We are productive. And I like that. I really do. I really do. Last week what was I saying? Well, I wasn't saying anything. But last week I did a punchman wheel, and I really enjoyed that. I for some reason I was in a sour mood going in. I was like, oh, blah blah blah. I'm frustrated at errors happening, blah blah blah. And then I did a punchman wheel, and it really just did a full 180 on my my experience. It just did a full 180. And I'm really happy for that. And I think I'm going to do the punishment wheel again. Not today. I think I want to make my own because that punishment wheel had a lot of repeats and a lot of things and only a few things that I couldn't really do. Only a few things that I couldn't really do, but it was fun. I think I might want to bring it back for maybe a new stream like I don't know. But I thought it was a really fun concept and I had a blast with it, so I kind of do want to bring it back. I'll have to plan something, but it was really fun. It was really fun. You know, slapping myself with water, punching myself 3 times, shilling my channel. You should subscribe to Stone Talk channel on YouTube or follow on Twitch. Also, you should like, comment the video. Shilling is hard. I'm very bad at shilling. I don't necessarily like it. Because it's so awkward. For some of the short form content, I pre-recorded an end screen just to shill a little bit because I hear that's recommended. It took me like an hour and several tries just to get it good, to write a script, to act it out, and even now it's still a bit awkward. But it's like, oh, let me try to recreate it. Oh, you're still here? Awesome. Well, this is where I say don't forget to like and subscribe, so don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, check out this video. I think you'll like it. Alright. Have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya. Yeah, I think that's what my ending screen was. And it took such a long time to do that. Because it felt so awkward and natural. I'm really bad at doing unnatural things. I'm really bad at recording. I have to be like in some sort of flow. And this is some sort of flow. Because if I was off stream and I had to recite it, I would flub it harder. So much harder. And I definitely didn't do it perfectly. That little outro shill thing. But I did it in a way that was coherent. No, this is Ja. Why do I think it was Gi? Yeah. I don't know. I'm flopping things a lot now. I need to get better. Oh yeah, it's 7:22, and for some reason people think this is Pi Day. Well, let me elaborate. As we all may or may not know, Pi Day is March 14th, 3.14, or 3/14, if you're American. If you're the rest of the world, I don't understand why you do day month. Well, I understand why day month year seems like conventionally would be better. It's just that in my language, I never say the month before the day. So I never say the day before the month. I never say 3rd January. I say January 3rd. I never say 22nd August. Is today August? No, July. Is it July or August? It's July. I never say 22nd July. I say July 22nd. Or I say the 22nd of July. I feel like that's different. I feel like just from the naming sense, just from saying it aloud, I prefer the American way of things. Granted, it's just a matter of opinion. And my opinion is never, never, never popular enough. But it's just a matter of opinion. And my opinion is that. But yes, I've heard the rumblings of 722 or 22-7 being Pi Day because it's a better representation of pi. It's more accurate than 3.14. It's 3.14, probably like 1 pi something. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I like math a little bit, just a little bit. And numbers kind of fascinate me. I'm a pretty big fan of pi, pretty big fan of e, pretty big fan of I. Those are some pretty cool numbers. But I think I want to memorize 99 digits of pi. I think that would be fun. Right now, I think I know 10 off the top of my head. Oh yeah, spending a stream like my Kamiyoshi Saris Fauna. She spent a stream going through the 100 digits of pi. I think I might do that. That sounds like a fun way to spend a night. But the digits of pi that I do know are 3.14159265358979. I believe that's all correct. I believe that's 15. 15 digits of pi. So not 10. I'm even closer to 100 than I thought. It's been a really long while since I looked into it. And the only reason I remember it is because of Phineas and Ferb. That is the only reason. They had this little song. Like the Pie song. Where for some reason I think Linda, the mom, was hallucinating a bit while staring at bread. And the bread started singing to her. Like 3.141592, 3.141592, 3.1492 pi. Something along those lines. They sing like that. And for some reason I memorized more digits than they said. I don't know why. But it was interesting. Ooh, I also want to memorize the original Poke Rap. I think that would be very interesting. I know some bits like Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, something, Fearow, Rattata, Pidgey. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Oh yes, I do remember that. This is Zoo. Yes, that's Zoo. Oh my, we remembered that. But yes, Pokemon Rap is something I want to memorize. And I've heard people make like updated versions with 1,000 Pokemon like 6 years ago at this point, which is, wow, that's a bit of a long time, but very interesting. There's so many Pokemon, and I don't know all of them. I'm going to be honest. I didn't play Sun and Moon. I didn't play Sun and Moon. I played Black and White. I think my most recent game was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But I didn't play Sun and Moon. I didn't play the Let's Go Eevee series. Granted, that's just Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green remastered, I believe. I didn't play Scarlet Violet. I didn't play what's that other one that I'm missing? Was Scarlet Violet? No, Scarlet Violet was not Galar. Galar. What's the Galar region called? I forget. Wow, I do forget. I didn't play Scarlet Violet. I didn't play where is that Scarlet? No, Scarlet Violet's with Nimona as a champion, but we want Lysander. But no, not Lysander. What is his? I forget his name. Hop's brother. Hop's the rival, and Nimona's the rival in Scarlet Violet. But Hop's the rival in Pokemon. Oh my gosh, that's gonna eat me alive. I don't remember the series name. But yes, I didn't play either of those series, and I'm very unfamiliar with most of the Pokemon there. Though I am very interested in playing, what's it called? Very interested in playing The new one, Legend ZA. I think it's very interesting as a concept. Oh my gosh! I forgot! The Dragonite is real. I remember seeing, they leaked, or they teased, or they showed, whatever they did, the Mega Evolutions, the new Mega Evolutions, and one of them is Mega Dragonite. And I remember back in the day, in 2013 I believe it was, all the jokes about the Dragonite. Was it really 2013? That makes me feel so old. For X and Y, the Dragonite. Because the Megastones always have "ite" at the end, like Lucarionite, Mollyite. But Dragonite couldn't have a Megastone because it's already Dragonite. So what are they going to call it? Dragonite? Well, I think they are. Oh, let's see. Yo, boy, Ven, you got this, bro? Thank you, bro. You also got whatever you're doing, whether it's folding laundry or just relaxing. I don't know why I said folding laundry. I need to fold laundry, but that's for later. But you also got whatever you're doing. Lovely. But yes, Legend ZA, I'm interested in that. Granted, I don't own a Switch, and I don't own the Switch 2. But I am still very interested in Legend ZA. Oh, it's Fu! Oh, I forgot it doesn't have the little dash. Man, I forgot. But yes, I am definitely interested in Legend ZA. I'm not considering. I want to upgrade my hardware because right now, I've said it 1,000 times before, but my laptop is bad. It's objectively bad. It's what I'm streaming on. It's not optimized for this at all. Probably has malware. It doesn't even close because it's broken on one of the hinges. It's a mess. I'm literally holding it together with a piece of paper so it doesn't fall apart. A piece of index paper that I folded just to keep it up, barely. And it barely works. It barely works, but it works. But it works. It somehow works. And I'm going to keep it that way. I am going to keep it that way. Also, let me check it. Oh, wow! We have not had an encoder issue so far. That's great. Lowering the resolution really did help. I apologize if you want to see this 4K or whatever, but as for now, we had to just cut it a bit. Oh my gosh, this is saw. I thought it was safe for some reason. That is such a folly of my part. That is such a folly. Oh, I need to sit up in my chair. My posture is poor. Ooh, posture check, everyone. Make sure you're all sitting upright and you're all doing fantastic. Right. Posture check. My posture's still bad. There we go. I'm leaning forward, but my back is straight. This is good posture. Should I get a yoga ball? I might want to. Do I want to get a yoga ball? I don't know. I hear it's great for back posture, and I'm taking not lessons in back posture, but I'm doing exercises to improve my posture, to improve my core muscles, which definitely need improvement. And I think I'm sitting up taller or straighter or whatever. But I don't want to hurt my back, because I sometimes look at myself while I'm working, and I see my reflection, and it's hunched over, and is that me? Ew. My posture is atrocious. My posture is just the worst. Oh, that's Pew. Oh my gosh, I didn't see the little dot. I don't even know what the dot's called. I don't know what the dashes are called. I don't know what the dot's called. But I know what they are. I know what they do. And this is Pew. And these dashes make Su into Zoo. Lovely. Followed by Ni and Ri. And a lovely little Da. Oh, this is Na. Yes, it's Na. This is oh, it's Ya. I forgot. It went to the right, not the left. Right is Ya. Left, it looks a little bit different, and it's I got too overzealous. I became Icarus. I flew too close to the sun in my just folly. My curiosity. I flew too close to the sun, and my wings have melted. No, I would rather go out in that way than flying too close to the bottom and having my wings get wet. Which was part of the original tale of Icarus. Where him and, Daedalus were trying to escape prison. And they built rings, or Daedalus built rings. And he's like, "Careful, Icarus. Fly too high and the wax will melt. fly too low, and the humidity of the ocean will ruin the feathers and cause them to decay. You must fly at an even pace. And it's not to get over ambitious. There's always a right amount of focus to be. Don't be over ambitious, but don't be too reserved. Don't play it too safe and don't play it too risky. There's always a middle ground. That usually gets lost in translation because people remember Icarus as flying too close to the sun. But they forget Daedalus' original warning. So the metaphor is sometimes lost. Well, not the metaphor. The meaning behind it is sometimes lost because people don't recall Daedalus' words. They recall Icarus' actions and consequences, and it's so sad. I wish the best for Icarus. Actually, now that I say that, I don't even remember who Icarus is. I know who Daedalus is, or whatever his name is. He was the one who built the labyrinth. He was, I forget if he was taken prisoner or sent to Crete. I believe he built the labyrinth, and he was a genius inventor. He built the labyrinth for the bull, which was caused... whatever. There's a lot of weird Greek mythology and whatnot. But yes, he built the labyrinth to house the half-bull, half-human Minotaur that was the child of the Queen of Crete. Not the King of Crete, because there was some weird infidelity where I think she was hypnotized to... Was it sleep with a bull? Or... I don't know. Or was she, was it an immaculate conception sort of thing? I forget. Man, Greek mythology is so interesting. But it's also so weird. I don't get it. Well, I do get it, and I enjoy getting it. But it's so strange. It is quite bizarre. Oh, my posture is faltering again, so let me relax back, recline, and continue. But yes, Daedalus was quite the genius inventor, and I'm probably saying the wrong name. But he was a genius inventor. He built the labyrinth. He built many other things. And he wanted to escape. I believe it was Crete that he wanted to escape. So he built rings for himself and for Icarus. I think Icarus might be his son, but I'm not sure. But yes, he built rings for both of them, and he said, "Young Icarus, when we escape, be careful. Do not fly too close to the sun, for the wax of the wings will melt. However, do not fly too low to the ocean, for the water and humidity will cause the wings to deteriorate." And I think it's just important to remember that metaphor. You don't want to risk it all on red on a roulette table, but if you're at the casino, might as well play. Well, actually, technically, that's a terrible example. A casino, you always lose if you play. The best thing to do is not play at all. Or play with free credit and cash out. That is the best thing to do. But, so that was a terrible, terrible metaphor for it. Let me say a better one. You want to be confident in yourself and who you are. You want to bet on yourself, but you don't want to be crazy. You want to be reasonable about it, I guess. For instance, let's say you're at a job for X amount of years, and you want to improve your career. You want to reach out. You want to apply for jobs, blah, 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 and just gauge interest and try to find something new. What you don't want to do is, I hate this job, I quit, see a boss, and then flip them off as you are jobless, searching for a job. What you also don't want to do is just stay stuck in that mediocrity of position. You don't want to be just someone who is trapped in their mediocre life by their own doing. You want to be free and be happy. So there's that balance to strike. There is that balance to strike. And I think that's the big thing about Daedalus' words. I think that's the big thing. Don't be overzealous, but do not be meek. Is that a better way to phrase it? I'm not entirely sure. But That's how I interpret it, at least. Well, interpret might be the wrong word. That's how I view it. View, yes, that's a word that references what I'm feeling. That is certainly a word that references what I'm feeling. To view it. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. I mentioned last night I was so giddy from the Nimi Nightmare news that she is getting there. I was so giddy with it from it that I stayed up very late. I stayed up very late, just like gushing over it, reading the words, feeling her happiness through the text. I stayed up later than I should have, and I really should rest. But we have so much more to do, so much more to have fun with. But rest, but kana, man, this is quite the tricky little. How do I say this? It's quite the tricky little conundrum. Do I sleep? Do I keep practicing? I'm going to keep practicing for definitely a while longer, but I don't know when I'm going to stop, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm stopping, because I wanted to read another chapter to pretend that I'm on pace to finish the book in the month, which I want to be on pace to finish the book in the month. I was technically late with the last book. I think that bled into the first week or two of July, but I haven't been reading at all last week, if I'm being completely honest. I've not been reading at all, so I really want to make up for that, so I think I will read. You know, I think we'll go for maybe 25-ish more minutes on stream, and then we can say our lovely goodbyes and our lovely hopefuls and our lovely everything. I'm going to yawn in like 5 seconds, so I'm going to mute. I yawned, but I'm going to yawn one more time. I'm way more tired than I realized. Oh man, you know, we're going to keep going for another 22-ish minutes till 45 or whatever. We're going to keep going, and we're going to hope we're going to last there. We got this. Words. I just bit my tongue again, but I don't care. We got this. We understand. Okay. You know what? I need something to hype me up. Let me take a 1-minute break to stretch. Ooh. Oh wow, I can raise this high. I almost knocked it out. Yeah, I can raise this microphone high. I only have to slouch a little while standing to use it. Wait, let me go on my main screen first. I just need to stretch. And you deserve green picture. We like to touch grass here. We like to go outside. Actually, when's the last time I need to touch grass more? I haven't had the time to go on nature walks like I used to. Like last year, I went to like local parks and whatnot to walk around, local lakes, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I've been on walks too. Like a while ago, I went to a state park, a big old state park. Almost died there. That's a fun story that I think I'm going to tell eventually. Not necessarily on stream, but I think I'm going to make a video of it. I have a lot of footage, a lot of b-roll, and a lot of story for it that I still have recorded. But yes, I did almost die because I decided that it would be fun to walk a lot without food or water at all on the day, and then I made a wrong turn. So I basically walked, was it 15 miles without eating anything all day, without drinking anything all day. And yeah, it was miserable. I would not recommend. I would not recommend. Well, no, I would recommend that. Just plan better than me. Because if you don't, you will be very sad. You will be very sad and in pain. I was in terrible pain. My legs were in pain. I was dehydrated. It was awful, but I would 10 out of 10 definitely do it again. But I would plan it better next time. I will 100% plan it better next time. But yes, that was fun. That was probably the last big time I walked around, though. And I did it on a whim. I did it on a whim too. That's the crazy part. Wait, testing. Okay, we're still movement. It looks a little different than it used to. The movement of my model. So I was concerned that it was breaking. I think maybe the PNG Tuber software updated, but that's fine. And I didn't explain what I'm doing. Right now, what I'm doing is just shifting my weight from one side to the other, sort of like swaying my hips, because I want to stretch my hamstrings. And this is the first thing that came to mind. But yes, get up, move around, posture check, and make sure you're grooving. Oh, now I'm doing like short lunges. That's weird. I really shouldn't be doing lunge. Well, I said shouldn't be doing because my legs are in pain. I did leg day today. It hurts. But it's necessary because I want big legs. I want big, meaty claws of legs. The pain will be worth it though, but it's been such a long while since I did leg day because I kind of forgot about it. So the pain is 100% deserved because I went from going 2 days a week for leg day to 0, and that's not good. So yes, the pain I'm enduring right now is 100% deserved, 100% self-inflicted, but let me stretch. Yeah, I'm less flexible than I used to be too. I need to work on my flexibility because I want to do a split one day, and right now I can't. I can't do a split because my hamstrings won't let me, and it's so sad. It is so incredibly sad that I can't do a split. I think certain athletic feats are cool. They're just impressive, and I like them. Like doing a split, being able to do a flip, like a front flip or a back flip. I think that's cool. I can't do that either. I can't do a split. I can't do a flip. I can't dunk a basketball yet. I need to work on that. Hopefully, leg day will get me this. Whew, hopefully. But yeah, some athletic feats are really just cool, and I think they're good benchmarks for health. Okay, actually, no, they're not. No, they're not. You can be athletic and unhealthy. Sorry, that's definitely misguided. But yeah, I just think it's cool, so I want to work to it. It's one of my hobbies, after all, and I am putting everything into my hobbies. Right? I need to blow my nose, and I don't want you to hear that. So, wait, what? Whoa, hold up. That's weird. This is weird. Is this normal? Is it caught on something? No, my mic stand's acting a bit weird. Huh. Strange. I might have to loosen things. Oh, yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know what was going on, but, it's probably fine. Let me do that back. Okay, yes, it's probably fine. But I'm going to blow my nose. You begin learning Japanese now? Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Lost Trays and M10. Hi. You begin learning Japanese now? I was taking the break, and I'm going to blow my nose, and I will resume. So give me a moment to blow my nose. That was needed. Let's resume. Let's go back to our kana practice. And this is the lovely little Jew, J-U. Lovely. Let's put it in. J-U. And the site is, once again, gohoneko.neocities.org. It's posted online. It's posted up top. And I enjoy it, so I recommend it if you want to. If you want to learn katakana, learn hiragana, I definitely recommend the site. Right, this is Chi to Ji to Zhou. Nice. You just now know hiragana and katakana? Yes, I don't know kanji. I don't know kanji yet. That's a different beast. And I did not study a lot of grammar, a lot of vocabulary yet. But I think I'm getting ready to take those steps to dive into more of the grammar and language side of things. The sunk cost blah blah blah. The sunk cost fallacy has finally kicked in. With Talking Stone? Oh yes, 100% with Talking Stone. I am the Talking Stone. And I can talk in English and hopefully one day in Japanese. Because language learning is fun. And this is Do. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Followed by a lovely little he and a lovely little Nya. Nya. Like the sound a cat makes. Oh man, I remember I used to, I'll make the cat noise. Yeah, the cat noise. That's the cat noise. That's the sound a cat makes. That's what nya translates to. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got it down. I used to make that noise quite a bit. I recommend you use Anki for your study. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about it. It's like, is Anki the flashcard one? That'll be really good for like words, for like vocabulary and for kana. Man, I wanted to learn Jap too, but I can't get time to. I know. Finding time is probably the hardest thing about starting. Luckily, Tuesdays around this time period, I finally just put in some time and I made it a habit. And that's the only reason I'm able to pour so much time and effort into this. And it's not even a ton of time and effort, but it's something. But yes. Flashcards, yeah, awesome. That's great. I will definitely, I'm definitely going to look into it. Oh man, especially now, because that's good too. Because I was trying to look into the next steps too. I forget if it's grammar is recommended first or vocabulary, and I forget where kanji goes along with everything. But yes, I will definitely need that. Though that practice probably won't be on stream because, actually, will it be on? That's actually a good question. I'll have to ask myself something. I'm learning Japanese for 1 year. My level is N4. Nice! Congratulations! I'm not familiar with the level system yet, but that sounds impressive. But nice! Keep going! I have the utmost faith in you. You got this. We all got this. I got this. Maybe one day I'll be as good as you. Maybe. But let's not get too eager. Let's get back to the grind with Joe. J-O. Followed by H-Y-U and a lovely little M-Y-A. That's absolutely lovely. I am chuffed to bits with this. Oh, 205, correct. Nice. I didn't even notice we passed the 200 mark. This is Cha, C-H-A, followed by, this is Ne, and No. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yes, I'm just so... I'm looking forward to, I guess. That's the better phrase. I'm just very much looking forward to actually taking the next steps now. Because I've been looking forward to this for a while, to every week just practicing this. And now that I'm getting to a level where I can be like, oh, this is zoo. And to getting to a level where some words I can just read without having to read every little character. Like I can see Watashi and think, oh, Watashi, that's great. I'm getting to a point where that's good. And that means I think I'm ready to start taking the next steps. And I think that's what it means. I'm learning English too, not American, but I can understand almost everything. Wow! That's impressive. What is that, like that's at least 3 languages you're learning. That's impressive. I always respect people who, well, respect is not the right word. I gawk at and awe people who can speak multiple languages. I think it's very impressive. And you know what I presume is at least 3 or 2.5 if you don't consider. I'm not sure how N4 is or how good you consider it, but that at the very least that's 2.5 languages. It's basically 3, but we'll say 2.5 if you want to be humble. I see. I initially learned almost all the Hiragana Katakana with Duolingo. So you left it. I totally forgot all of them, and it's kind of hard to write it in the keyboard too. Oh yes, I do recall using the kana for Duolingo. I still flirt with the that language learning game. I won't call it. It's a game. It's very gamified, less learnified. I still flirt with it. I still try to keep my streak. But yeah, it is definitely hard to write. And keyboard, I haven't even practiced like keyboard. I don't think I put the Japanese keyboard on my phone. Yeah, I've never tried typing like hiragana and katakana, let alone kanji. But it must be difficult. I did the same hiragana and katakana writing on Duolingo though, and it was. I think that's actually good because it's like that brute force memorization that is pretty necessary, I'd say, to actually make progress. But I like this app, gohoneko.neocities.org, is something I just heavily respect. Granted, I'm not learning how to write yet. Is there a better app than Duo for learning Japanese? In terms of app, there probably is. I don't think any are as gamified as Duolingo. I think Duolingo has the best hook to it, if I'm being completely honest. Granted, I haven't looked at a ton of apps, but Duolingo I think is the most gamified. Not that I think it's not very good for learning, but I think it's definitely gamified to keep you there, which has some merit. As for me, I'm doing I'm just copying what I've seen in the Learn Japanese subreddit, and it recommended this site to practice kana, and I think that's my first step. My next step is probably going to be grammar or vocabulary, and I'll have to look back into that. But yeah, I would recommend using the Learn Japanese subreddit or finding resources online. They know better than me. I'm just following that game plan. I would also recommend this site, gohoneko, neocities.org. It's very good. Linked above. Thanks, I'm glad. Duo is good to learn just hiragana. Sorry. Duo is good just learn hiragana and katakana for me. Yeah. That's what I agree with that. I think it's good to practice reading and writing it. Granted, I do like this more for practicing reading it. Just the characters. Writing, that is a beast that I don't know how I'm going to tackle. I don't know how I'm going to tackle writing characters. I'm not even sure if I'm going to write characters because of how everything is. How the world is changing. I don't think in my life there will ever be a practical scenario where I have to physically write Japanese. I think typing on a keyboard I'll have to do, but I physically cannot imagine myself writing katakana or hiragana on a piece of paper outside of solely to practice writing. That might just be a mindset of mine, but I feel like with the way the world's changing to be more digital, that even writing in English is something that's a dying art. I haven't done that in a while, just to take notes, but even then you can take notes on your phone. Let's see. So basically I memorized the way they write the word, you learn the pronunciation written above the characters. I think that's why I wasn't able to do good. Completed 2 units with that? Oh, you didn't memorize the way they write the word and used to learn the pronunciation. Oh, I see. So you memorized the pronunciation rather than the actual strokes. I think that's an issue I'm also going to have to deal with. With reading, it's one thing, but with writing, if I can't see the character, I can't. Yeah, that's weird. How do I phrase it? In my mind, when I look at the character, I'm able to understand that. However, I can't do it the other way around. I can't think of a character in mind and write it necessarily. At least not off the top. Well, maybe off the top of my head, only for some. Kanji is just about memorizing, right? Oh yeah, I guess you don't need to know how to write, but you need to know how to read. Yeah. Writing is probably important. I probably will study writing, just because I think it does help with learning in general. But I don't think I will ever use it in a practical scenario. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I would love to be wrong, actually, especially if I do practice it. And kanji is just about memorizing, right? I'm not the person to ask about that. Kanji, I know very few kanji. I think it's mostly memorization. That is my understanding, but I'm not entirely sure. And the only kanji I know is like ichi, ni, san, which are just 1 line, 2 line, and 3 line respectively, as well as what is it called? No, I don't even. Ta and Naka for Tanaka because Duolingo has that. And everything else. Write can help you memorize, I guess? Yeah, I think I think writing definitely, at the very least, reinforces this in a way that's better. I know a lot of studies in, at least for English classes, like students who write stuff down retain the information better. Like writing it down physically versus being given a sheet of paper with that same information, writing it down is, at least from these studies, is believed to improve memorization and understanding of it. So there's definitely a good bit of, how you say, there's definitely merit to it, at the very least. There's like Nihon written above it just to help you with pronunciation, and below, like Nihon. Well, let me just graduate then. Later I'll think about learning it. Oh, yes. You graduate. You find whatever hobbies you want. And if learning Japanese is one that you find that you can put time into, which I do recommend. It's a fun hobby. Language learning is fun. I'm really enjoying my journey so far. Not that my journey has gone far. It's just barely beginning. But oh my, it's been so exhilarating and so fun. And this is Hebe. But yes, my language learning journey so far has been incredibly fun. If you have time, I definitely recommend it. And do you recommend a book? Mina no Nihongo. Oh, Mina no Nihongo. I might look at Mina no Nihongo. I cannot type. Mina no Nihongo. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'll definitely look into that. I think that's good. What does it say off the top of my head? What is... Oh my, why am I forgetting that word? Well, if I'm able to learn Japanese, I'll surely try to present it there. Oh, nice, good. Nice. Oh, ho. Why did I think it was... Oh, it's Snay. Why did I think it was ho? I'm sorry, I'm confused. I'm scrolling down just so I can read. Is that Mina no... Oh, you just said it. You just wrote it in Japanese. Mina no Nihongo. Oh, that's fun. It's good. Yeah. I mean, the first thing I saw when I Googled it was, do you recommend getting this book to help learn and whatnot? So it obviously has some credibility. I'm definitely going to look into it. I probably will try to get a copy of it. Oh man, that'll definitely help. Thank you. I really appreciate it. The book is so famous. Nice. That's awesome. Well, yeah. That also ties in with my hobby of reading. 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm a stone. How funny is that? That's just great. That's... Oh man, I love bad puns. I do love bad puns. I saw the little dots on the side, and I ignored them like a fool. I ignored them like a fool. Right, K, Y, Q. Now, I was going to do Kyo for some reason, and then Ju, and Re. Wait, Re, yes. Whew, we are getting back in. Yeah, get it? Alright, if you say so, I will get it. I will get it. And this, we made this mistake before, but this is Zay. We made the exact same mistake before. Well, not the same mistake before. We made a mistake before and thinking it was Za. But we don't make the same mistake twice here. Not for at least another week. Next week we can make the same mistake twice. But this week, right here, right now, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me twice. Not now, not here. Not now, not here. RYU, and then a lovely little toe. Oh man, 2:30. Oh wow. You know what? I think I'm going to stream for 15 more minutes. I'm feeling more energized. I don't need to call it here. I can keep on going. Nowadays, I'm just studying with some websites and AI. Oh, nice. Yeah. That seems very interesting. I've definitely heard of people using like the AI chatbots in different languages to help them learn and practice, and even come up with lesson plans for them, like almost like a tutor of their own, a tutor or just a natural speaker. It's definitely interesting. I will have to look into that. But yeah, and websites are definitely, like, look at this one. It's definitely helpful, at least to me. And if it's helpful to me, I like it. I like it very, very much. Ooh, and we have a lovely little show. Lovely little cha. A lovely little moo. And a lovely little goo. This is just very relaxing. That's why I started to learn English. Because everything is in English, you know. Oh yes, everything is in English. One of my colleagues is a older Russian gentleman, and he talked about some books that he was reading, and he was just like, everything is in English. Everything is in English. Everything worth reading is in English. And everything translating. And everything, and a lot of things in other languages are just translations at this point. There's nothing novel in them, but everything is in English. Man, it was cool talking to you. I skipped school today, so I got to study for my upcoming test on Sunday. Gotta go take care. Okay, you take care too. It was great having you. Really appreciate you stopping by. Good luck on your test, and sleep well. You know what? I'll have to do the ending just for you. Have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya. But now, we can continue. And this is Pooh. P-U. And this is the lovely little Nyo. N-Y-O. And we are catching fire. That reminds... When I was younger, I did used to read a lot of particularly young adult books. Mainly the popular series. I was a big fan of, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson series, the Percy Jackson spin-off series, where they were Roman gods instead of Greek ones, the Red Pyramid series, which is about Egyptian gods, and... Oh shoot, what was I talking about? Young adult, oh yes, the Hunger Games series. I read the books because I could. It was a cultural phenomenon, and I read the books of it. And the first two books were really enjoyable to me. The third book, maybe I grew too old. Maybe it was just a bad book, because I did think it was a bad book, but I didn't want to say it out loud because maybe I just grew old a bit. But I just did not enjoy the third book that much. But Catching Fire, the second book, that was my favorite in the series. Definitely very interesting. Listen to Native Guy is so different. I'm practicing my English just talking about Japanese. Oh. Oh my, that is humorous. Practicing English by talking about Japanese. Oh, the irony in that. But nice. I'm glad you're practicing your English by talking about Japanese. I'm glad you are taking value from this stream. That's great. I love that. That's amazing. Get value where you can. Oh man, that's great. I'm glad for you. That's awesome. I'm glad I can be of use. I'm glad I can be of use. Right. And this is Ja, J-A, followed by a lovely little Sha, S-H-A. There we go. We have some momentum. Right. This is Shi to Ji to Ju. This is Kya. Lovely little Ta. Followed by Ra, Mi, and of course... Well, I say of course, but I don't recall. What is this off the top of my head? Oh my. Nope. I got this. No, this isn't wa. Wa has a little... Is it wa? No, it's who? Yeah, I don't know what my confusion was about. This is wa. Yeah, I don't know what my confusion was about over that. Maybe it's just getting late in the stream. Maybe. Oh, this is... Oh, yeah, I forgot E and E are different. Okay, I forgot about that. That was my folly. Let's see. Ja, we usually don't use. I've never seen it. Really? That is Ja, right? Yes, that is Ja. Really? You don't use it? Huh. Yeah, I was wondering why there's like two different things for Ja. I was wondering why Chi becomes Ji, but also She becomes Ji. Never looked into that yet. There's a lot of things I need to look into just to satiate my curiosity. But it's good to know that it probably won't be of use. So I can apply my effort elsewhere. But no, it's still good to learn. It reminds me of like in Spanish, I had to take Spanish for school when I was in like grammar school, just like a year or two of it, and there's this word vosotros, which is like second person plural. It means like you all, and in our Spanish class we were like, yeah, this will probably never come up ever. Vosotros will never come up. We will never use it. But it's there. It's technically a word. I think it had to do because it was more of a Spain Spanish rather than the conventional Spanish that you would hear in the Americas. Oh, it's like yeah. I never heard it with a word. Oh. You never heard a word with it. Oh, really? It's not ja, it's ja. 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 Oh! 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 Oh my, that's interesting. Spanish speak? No, I do not speak Spanish. I do not speak Spanish. I had to take 2 years of it. I've forgotten all of it. I do not speak Spanish. I just remember bits and bobs here and there. I do not speak Spanish. I apologize if I implied that. That is not what I was implying. I want to learn a lot of... I want to be a polyglot one day where I can speak a bunch of different languages, but Spanish is not something I can speak. I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. I just had to take it for school, and I did not learn much. I learned more about my my teacher's family than I did the course. Yeah. Fair enough. Laughing while crying emoji. Yeah. It was just one of those courses, and one of the years I had a decent teacher. The other year I did not have a good teacher for it. Like I mentioned, I learned more about that teacher's family than the language. And I did very poorly on the tests on those tests specifically, because of how poorly I was taught. It was definitely time. Oh, you're from Brazil. So Spanish is similar to Portuguese. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like this. Well, not this. Well, they're both Romance languages, so they definitely share. I'm trying to remember what I know about the Romance languages. I know what they are, like Portuguese, Spanish. What is it? Not Italian. No, Italian, Romanian, I believe. I forget. There's a bunch of Romance languages in the same. I believe they share some. Well, yeah, I know they're similar in grammar, maybe in gendered language, in some vocabulary as well. But yeah, nice. So wow, you know a half language. You know half of Spanish too. Nice. Italian, I don't know. I also don't know Italian. I had a friend who was able to speak Italian. They taught me a couple of words. However, I forgot them. And they were the fun words too, the naughty words that you really can't say. Like the swear words. But I did forget them, and I feel bad for forgetting them. But yeah, I think Italian Italian's a very strange language in the sense that it has a lot of words. I believe Italian has. I would need to look it up, but I believe my understanding is that Italian has the most words out of any language. I could be wrong about that though. I'm just now learning English, Japanese, and Chinese. Oh, Chinese too. Nice. That's awesome. Those are definitely good languages to know. But wow, impressive. But let me fact check my fact about Italian. What language has the most words? Language has the most words. And oh, that's largest vocabulary. Largest vocabulary. Oh, I guess English. It says English is the largest vocabulary. I read somewhere that it was Italian. Oh, never mind. Not even close. Sanskrit has 102 billion words. And the next closest is Arabic with 12 million. Apparently. I'm not entirely sure that this is fully correct, but yeah. So maybe I just pulled Italian out of a hat out of nowhere. Arabic? Yeah, apparently it has 12 million words. Apparently, according to Google, it has 12 million words and is the second most... verbose is not the right word. Second most English... Oh, shit. Yeah, that's... Don't worry. I don't think I even know half the words in the English language. So many words are just so unused. Yeah, so many words are so unused. And as a kid, I would read the dictionary. I would read the dictionary on times for no reason other than just to read the dictionary. And I definitely don't think I've seen half the words. But yeah, that's just according to a simple Google search, which may be right, may be wrong. It's probably wrong, especially with conflicting results. But it's still something. It is still something. Oh my, that is just absolute. Yeah, I have the pleasure of being born an English speaker, but I putting myself in perspective of anyone else, I can just see how daunting English is as a language to learn. Because I remember in like grade school, people like my teacher would say English is one of the hardest language to learn. It's like, what? How? I speak English, therefore it can't be that hard. If I could do it, anyone can do it. But it's just so different in structure and everything. English is such a different like structure to everything conventionally. It's not like a Romance language. It's not like... It's just so unique in that sense. That it's just so novel that it's hard to learn. You have 2 books just for vocabulary and you never finish? Yeah. Oh yeah, those... I can imagine that being difficult. Well, good luck. You definitely can, as long as you know the important vocabulary, you don't need to know everything else. And as long as you can understand from context clues, you don't need to necessarily understand everything. Some things are implied better than said. Some things are better to imply than understand. But yes, the vocabulary is definitely daunting in so many languages. Vocabulary is hard. Vocabulary is very difficult. Yeah. And this is Chi. This is No. Mo or Moo? Mo or Moo? This is Mo. Yes, it's Mo, Re, and MYU. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Portuguese words have so much smaller... Sorry. Oh, so many words are similar. Oh, nice. Like banana is the same. Oh, that's great. That's good. That definitely helps. Like, I remember... I barely dabbled my toe into, like, Japanese vocabulary, but... I like how some of their words are just English words said like with a Japanese flair, and technically they don't even mean what they mean in English. But like salaryman, That's an English word turned Japanese. From what I recall, at least. I could be wrong. And what is it? American Doggo is like a corn dog. That's my favorite. It's so much easier to learn. Yes, I understand. I can't agree because I don't have the perspective, but I can imagine it being correct. My understanding is that like similar words will definitely aid in one's learning. Similar words are definitely useful. Learning an entire new language is scary. Learning a language that has a bit of taste from your own, definitely helpful. Hello, Japanese. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I just hit my microphone. I just hit my microphone. BYU. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is SHU. Lovely, lovely. Oh, it's my fat fingers. I pressed S. I said S. I spelled S. But my fat fingers clicked on Z first. And ooh, that's annoying. That's a pain. I had my fair fat finger rant. It was very, verbose. Very much, a rant. Where my fat fingers just press two things on the keyboard at once and misspell it. And I absolutely abhor that. I despise that. It is the bane of my existence. It is just so painful. It is just so very painful. Okay, I should have realized that. I just did not see the little dashes up top. I was so flustered. I was so flustered from before, for messing it up with my fat fingers. My fingers aren't even fat. It's just that these keyboards are tiny. They're tiny keys. Very tiny keys. Right, I think we're going to get to 300 correct, and we're probably going to end stream there. So let's get to it. P-I. This is ta-da-da. Or te-da-day, I'm sorry. Yeah, te-da-day. Not ta-da-da, te-da-day. This is chi to ji. Or sorry. Ja. Ja, ja. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to see if DYA works. It does! Oh my! That'll definitely help. Yeah, that'll help. Thanks again for that information. That insight was very valuable. The G with the chi, or actually be pronounced like ja, like with the softer D sound. I like spelling it that way so it sticks to my mind better. And if I can differentiate that G with the other G, that would be great. Oh man, that's great. That's awesome. Lovely, lovely. Pia, te, and sha. Se, ze. Right, wrong. I'm wrong and I should feel bad. It's za. I don't make that mistake again. Probably. Hopefully I don't make that mistake again. I probably will. But not now. Not today. We have 15 more to do, and we will do them with Boo to start off, and you to go after. Lovely little Bio. Yeah, Bio. I thought it was Bia for a second, but no, Bio. Nya and Ja. Oh my. That wasn't even a fat fingers moment. That was just me pressing the wrong button first. I had my right pointer finger on K and my left pointer finger on A, and I just went A first. And it was painful. It was painful. But we continue. We grow from the ground like a beautiful little flower. K to ge. Lovely, lovely. She to shu. S-H-U. 5 more. 5 more wonderful little things. And we can have a wonderful night. You're stuck with me for 3 more. M-Y-O. 2 more. S-E. 1 more. And, of course, we're ending with N-Y-A. The good old nya. The good old... Yeah. Yep, that's... I need to play back that sound, that cat sound. I'm not even sure if it's accurate. But that is awesome. That is amazing. And that will end our little lesson portion. A lovely little 2 hours and 20. It's not 20. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Granted, the first 20 minutes of this stream were just yapping about current events, so maybe a bit less than that. But it was real, and it was fun, and I love it. And as always, I'm going to roll a dice at the end of the stream. I don't know why. I don't know what merit there is in this, but it's fun for me. So I like it, and I enjoy it. And what is the dice gonna say? We rolled a 19. Ooh. Oh, wait. I don't know why. This has nothing to do with 19, but I just thought of Taylor Swift's song 22. I don't know why. But I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. I don't know why that came to mind. Did that come out in 2019 or so? No, it definitely didn't. It definitely didn't. Why? Why? But ooh, is this too sad? It might be too sad. But, I'm going to continue anyway. I miss the pre-pandemic world of 2019. I feel like the pandemic messed a lot of stuff up. And it makes me sad. But I guess without it, I wouldn't have discovered VTubing as a whole. I really discovered HoloLive. Actually, was it a bit before the pandemic? Or during... I forget if it was right before or right when it was ramping up. I think I discovered HoloLive, which was my introduction to VTubing. I discovered a little clip of a friendly little fox going, "I'm a scat man," and just making cute noises. That's a good memory I have. And that is the first time I've ever been acquainted with VTubing. Maybe, did I see Kids in Your Eye before that? I might have. I'm not even sure. But that's probably my first memory with that. And from there, my love for HoloLive grew. And for VTubers as a whole, for VTubers as a medium. And it's great. I love it. I am one. So, of course I love it. Which, again, really sucks the whole VShojo news with them stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from their talents and from charity. Probably, honestly, the money they owe to charity and to their talents, it might be over $1 million. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. It reminded me of I forget, when YouTubers had to go through a media company or whatever to get paid. It reminded me of that one, Defy Media, I believe that's what it was, where Smosh went bankrupt because they didn't pay Smosh. They owed $1.6 million to creators alone, or was it just to one creator? I don't even know. But they owed a ton of money, and no one got any of it. And they tried suing, but, a bankrupt company cannot pay out what it owes because it doesn't have anything to pay out. It just goes bankrupt. Which sucks. Which absolutely sucks. But, yeah, it just reminded me of that situation with Defy Media. And the VShojo news it is actually terrible. But at least on the bright side of VTuber news, Nimi Nightmare is getting married. I'm so happy for her. At least there's some good news. If there is any good news, there's that. There is that. And that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Plus, over $500,000 raised for the IDF in a day. So, hopefully they can get the other money they're owed, but I'm glad. And this money actually is going to them. It's not going to VShojo first, so that's good. But yeah, hopefully they can get access to the other $500,000 they're owed. But hopefully they will, but you can only hope. And I don't think there's much hope. I think VShojo's done. I think they're bankrupt. I think they're broke. And I think so many people are owed so much money and they won't get it. They will bleed them dry in court, but I don't think they're gonna. But that's just the pessimist in me speaking. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Right, what was 19 about? What did I watch in 2019? Was there a popular show that came out? Yeah, let me check. 2019. Let me go anime to see what came out around that time. Fire Force, Shield Hero. Shield Hero came out then. Interesting. A Vinland Saga. Oh, really? I need to watch Vinland Saga. What else is there? Because I'm not seeing anything that was particularly amazing. Weathering with You. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. Oh my gosh, I really love that. It's a cute little show. Oh no, I see the bangers now. I see the bangers. Ascendance of a Bookworm? Okay, yeah, Ascendance of a Bookworm. That's probably the best one I saw, but I'm a sports anime fan, and Hiro no Sora came out around that time. It's a basketball show. It was alright. But as a sports fan, I liked it. Dororo came out at that time. That one was really fun. That was very different from the usual shows I've watched. But Ascendance of a Bookworm. Oh, man. We have 3 seasons of it now. Oh, man. That's amazing. I love it. I'm a big isekai fan. I'm a big fan of when the main character is a woman, because that just makes it so much more interesting than most isekais, because the main character actually has character depth. Well, a lot of shows, the main character has character depth even though they're a guy. It's just that there's so many isekais where the main character is just this bland, cookie-cutter person with no personality. So by virtue of the main character being a woman, there's just so much more personality than the average show. It's a bias I have, but it's just... You can't do a cookie-cutter woman as an isekai protagonist. You just can't. Just by virtue of you making that character a woman, you have to give her some actual character. It's not a Mary Sue. It's not a self-insert. It's its own character, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Ascendance of the Bookworm is so good. I hope we get a season 4. Maybe I should just read the light novels. I was actually reading that it was one of the best-selling isekai light novels of all time. I believe Mushoku Tensei was first. I think ReZero was second, and I think Ascendance of a Bookworm was 3rd or 5th. Or was it 4th? I don't know. I think it was top 5 though. It was definitely top 5. But yeah, can't believe that came out in 2019. That's awesome. All to make paper. A show about making paper. And I'm not talking about cash money paper. Well, she does make cash money. She does make tons of money. Alright. I think that will do it for stream. Thank you all for watching. It is always appreciated. Whether you're just stopping by or you're subscribed or followed, it is so appreciated, and I'm incredibly grateful. So, once again, thank you all for watching. And, as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.